Right, so I want you to treat me as a pupil at the partly trained stage. So I had lessons before, but I've never ever met you before. But my other instructor's got exactly the same car as you, so I am familiar with the controls, yeah?
Yes.
He did say today we were going to do a merging from minor roads to major roads, left and right, yeah?
Yeah.
So if you've got any questions, now's the time to ask before we go on the roll.
Nope.
Yeah, so you're okay with the word picture?
Yep.
Yeah. So my name's Tony, so I'll leave you to introduce yourself.
Hi Tony, I'm Michael.
Oh, Michael, how are
I'm
you?
going
Right?
to be your instructor for today.
Yeah, thanks for that.
All right, I've been asked today to look at emerging left
Yep.
and emerging right,
Right.
with you. All right, and that is from a minor road onto a major road, so we're going to have to deal with giveaway lines, stop lines. Have you done the MS PSL routine before, Tony, in your lessons?
Oh yeah, I done that last week on, we were doing left and right hand turns off major roads into minor roads.
That's right. Well, it's very similar to this, apart from we're going to have to stop at the giveaway line within the merge. So just to recap on what you've done before, mirrors-wise, if you're going to turn left, Tony, what mirrors do you actually check before you
Oh,
turn?
I'm checking the the middle mirror and the left mirror.
Easy for you to say. All right, and how far from the junction are we actually putting the signal on?
Around about 6 to 8 car lengths.
Okay, and then for a left-hand turn, what sort of position are we getting ourselves in for the
Oh, we had
left-hand
me
turn?
keeping in a normal road position, which was about 1 metre from the curb.
All right, and if you were going to turn right, what's your road positioning then?
Oh, we had me doing this left to centre thingy.
Okay, did he ask you to pick up a reference point for the right-hand turn?
Yeah, I think we did last week, yeah.
Okay, right. And did you cover sort of 2 different types of speed you were doing to go into a?
Yeah, we had, he had kind of about 5 mile an hour, which he called walking pace.
Yeah.
Or he had about 10 or 12 mile an hour, which he called jogging pace.
Okay, well, I mean, certainly the walking pace is relevant to this, and you'll hear me talking about
right.
walking pace, but
Yeah.
we'll recap on that as we go. Right, if we just take this scenario here, we'll deal with the left-hand turn first, Tony. Okay, and as I say, it's just completely same as your left-hand turn, the MS PSL routine. All right, except we're actually going to stop on the giveaway line there. Okay, so when we get to the giveaway line, and we'll do this when we're on the move, we're going to pick up 2 reference points, okay, for a left-hand turn. The first one's going to be so we don't go over the curb,
All right.
you know, and the second one's going to be so we're actually stopped on the giveaway line,
All right.
you know, and again, we'll cover it, but we don't want to be over the giveaway line because we're going to come into the path of this traffic here, and we don't want to be too far back because you know what road users are like. Any opportunity to get in front of us, they will try and get in front of
I'll
us.
just let it roll down a minute.
Yeah,
A lot of detail there, which you're going to have to give
yeah,
on the junction anyway, yeah?
yeah.
So, it's only a brief outline, so, yeah, we're going to stop at the giveaway line. I'm going to pick up a couple of reference points with you.
Yeah.
We don't need to go into what the reference points are going to be for, because you're going to have to repeat it anyway, yeah?
Okay, no problem at all. Right, for doing a left-hand turn, we're going to have to pass into cross into the path of an oncoming car.
All right.
Well, that's obviously going to cause a few problems because for us to safely get into that road, we're going to have to pick up a little bit of speed. And the last thing we're going to do is make this car slow, swerve or stop.
All right.
Okay, so again, there is a way we can judge this. I'll show you on the move there. But just briefly, if you can walk across the road and back again before that car gets to this junction, then we've got time to get out.
All right, yeah.
Okay, right. I think that's it really. I think that's the emerge left. If we just do the emerge right again, which is exactly the same with the MSPSL routine,
right.
apart from our position's going to be, as you say, on your right hand turns just left of centre. The only difference with this is that we're actually going to have to go across the path of one set of cars or one set of traffic, and then we're going to go into the path of the other one. Okay, so again, it's exactly the same way that we judge turning left into the path of a car. Is we have to be able to walk from one side of the road to the other and back again, so we don't make this car slow stop or slow
right,
before it actually gets to the junction. Because we're only going across the path of this car here coming towards us, and we don't actually have to gain some speed to get in front of him. All right, we judge that by just crossing the road from one side to the other.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any questions on that?
No.
Okay. Right. Let's give it a go then, shall
Yeah.
we? Right. If you want to set yourself up as you would normally.
Yep.
Right, what can you see in that middle mirror, Tony?
Oh, I can see the hole in the back window. I can't see very much because I've got a great big edge behind me. But I can see the corner of my headrest. I can see the corner of your window.
Good, and the right-hand door mirror?
I can see the door handles, and I can just see the top of the hedge.
And the left-hand door mirror?
And the same.
Good, right, if you start the engine, Tony.
I'm going to turn right out of the parking bay, and and then we're going to turn left at the T-junction.
Okay, Tony.
Sorry, right out of the parking bay, right at the T-junction.
Right, Tony, just before we go, we're going to turn right out the parking bay, and then we're going to turn right at the emerge up ahead there.
Yeah.
Okay, so immediately we're into an emerge.
It is
okay?
actually a staggered crossroads. We just treat it as a merge.
Right, so straight away it's an emerge. So
Yeah.
As we go towards it, I'll talk you through there what we do at the emerge. Okay. So straight away, Tony, we can see that an emerge is coming
Yeah.
up. So the first thing we're going to do is what we're going to do: check our middle mirror.
All right, yeah.
Middle mirror, Tony.
Yeah.
Right hand mirror, Tony.
Yeah.
All right, indicate to the right.
All right.
Okay, cover the brake.
Yeah.
Squeeze the brake thickness of pancoin, bring us down to walking man speed.
Yeah.
Okay, just 5 minutes to you, Tony. Still 5 minutes to you. 10 minutes to me. And straighten the car up. And just cover the brake until we get to the give way line.
What you could have done there, just out of roll. Nobody behind us. Why didn't you stop me before we get any
that's-
further
that's
forward?
very
So
cool.
if I just go back a bit,
Yeah.
so you actually steered me into the right position. But if you stop me here, I can pick up the reference point, can I?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah?
Yeah. So Tony, just tell me where the centre white line in this road cuts into the car.
Oh, just about downward.
Okay, right. The importance of that is for our left of centre reference point.
Yeah.
Okay, for emerges. Okay, and the importance of that white line there really, and where we are positioned, is if we're too far over the white line that way, then anything coming around that corner is going to crash into us.
Oh, right.
Okay, and if there was a cyclist coming towards us that had their head down while they're cycling, well, they're going to take the side of our car out that way. If we're too far over to the left-hand side of that white line, then people are going to think we're parked there. And again, anybody's going to take the opportunity to come around the outside of us. And we're going to be trying to move into the junction as we're putting the car on the other side of the road. So the consequences is that if a car comes around that corner again, they're going to have a collision.
Oh, right.
Okay, so that's
Yeah.
the importance of that reference
Yeah.
point again, and we'll use that again.
Right.
So if you just creep forward to the
Creep.
if you just go forward at walking man's pace, Tony.
Oh,
Okay. And if you cover the brake now,
All right.
please, squeeze the brake thickness of a pancoin, thickness pancoin, and come to a stop now, please. Okay. Put the handbrake on again, Tony. Right. Put it in first gear, ready to go. If you just have a look to your right hand side there, Tony.
So, to make him more keen to wait, just out of roll,
Yeah.
give him a reason that I'm going to hold you here for a second because I just want to talk to you about reference points. And,
Okay. Yeah. Right, Tony. We're just going to sit here for a minute. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm going to talk to you about reference points. There's nothing behind us, so it's under my control. If you have a look to the right hand side and you have a look at the white giveaway line, where does that cut into the side of the car?
I just
then?
need a door mirror.
Okay, well that's vitally important because that's our reference point for we're positioning right on the giveaway line, where we're just before the giveaway line. All right, and that's important because if we actually go over the giveaway line, if you have a look at this car coming to the right, then we would force that car to go onto the wrong side of the road.
Oh, right, yeah.
All right, and that's going to cause a collision with the if there was another car
Oh,
coming
right,
down,
yeah,
or
yeah.
at least it's going to cause a load of confusion. And the importance of that giveaway line the other way is if we're too far back from the giveaway line backwards, then we're going to cause a bit of confusion, and someone's going to try and overtake us again and try and nip in the front of us.
Oh, right.
And again, if someone tried to turn left round that corner, then that car would be on the wrong side of the road,
Oh, right.
and it would be causing the collision.
Yeah.
Okay, so we just have a little look.
I am.
Yeah, that's right. How we're going to judge whether or not it's safe to go. Or
All
not.
right.
Okay, is first of all, if we look to the right, Tony,
Yeah.
because we're going to be crossing the path of this traffic that's coming from the right hand side. All right, how we judge that is we walk from one side. How we judge it is if we were to walk from one side of the curb to the other side of the curb. All right, if that car that's coming towards us hasn't reached us by the time that we could do that, then it's safe to cross the path of that car, because the last thing we want to do is make it slow, stop or swerve
All right.
as it comes
Yeah.
towards us. Likewise, if we come to the left-hand side, because we're actually crossing into the path of these cars from the left-hand side, okay, then we're obviously going to have to gain a little bit more speed, and we don't want to make these cars slow, stop or swerve. So how we judge that is we've got to be able to walk from one side of the curb to the other side of the curb and back again before that car gets to this
Oh, right,
junction.
yeah, yeah.
And then that is a fair indication. But again, we've got to be looking left and right and make sure that both ways on the road are clear, or the judgment call, with the distance or the time and distance has to be both ways. Okay, so if you start doing your observations, looking to the right and looking to the left, does it look clear to go?
Well, I can't see anybody to the right.
Can't see anyone to the right, look left, so it is clear to go.
Alright.
So if we go to, I think you've got to look the way you're steering. So look the way you're steering. So
Alright.
look the way you're steering. Look to the right, steer to the right. Now the first thing we do when we go into a new road, Tony, is we check our middle mirror.
All right, yeah.
Middle mirror, Tony.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
We check our right hand mirror.
Oh, yeah.
Check your right hand mirror,
yeah,
Tony.
yeah.
And the reason we check the middle mirror, all right,
Yeah.
is because it's a true reflection of speed and distance of cars coming behind us. When we look at the right hand mirror, just to make sure that we haven't dragged anyone through that's trying to overtake us, because if they were to be trying to overtake us, we would have to back off, because they're obviously on the wrong side of the road, and we don't really want to cause an accident.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that's the reason that we try and back off in that situation. Now, how we identify emerges, Tony, is we're looking for houses across the top of the road, you know, cars going left and right across the top of the road. So as we look ahead, there's an emerge coming up.
Oh, we're going to turn left.
We turn left. So you need to look at your middle mirror first, Tony.
All right.
Left-hand mirror, Tony.
yeah, yeah.
Left-hand mirror, Tony.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Indicate 6 to
All
8
right.
car lengths. All right. Cover the brake, Tony.
Yeah.
Just steer 5 minutes to me. 10 minutes to you. 10 minutes to you, and straighten up, and then steer to me. I need to put it in first gear. Sorry, Tony. Steer to me, and stop there.
All right.
Okay, if you put the handbrake on and get yourself prepared to go. All right, if I just hold you here a minute, Tony, there's no one behind us at the moment. All right, for the left-hand turn, you've obviously got the giveaway line coming into your right hand, your right-hand side of your car again. So where does the giveaway line cut into the car?
That same place the last time.
Good, and just looking to the left-hand side here, where does that last straight curbstone cut into the side of the car there, Tony?
Oh, near that taxi.
All right, the importance of that reference point is that's our reference point for turning left. All right, so we don't go over the curb to the left-hand side there. Right, we're going to have to go turning because there's someone behind us. So if you just do your observations to the right, that's what you have to do. Is there anything coming from the right? Right, you can go. You need to look the way you're turning, Tony. Look to your left.
Right,
turn the wheel to your left. Turn the left wheel right, straight up. Right, you don't really need to take a second look to your right there, Tony, because we've already cleared that road.
Oh, we're going to turn right.
We want to turn right here, Tony. So it's vitally important that we look the way that we're actually steering, okay? Because there could be pedestrians crossing, especially as we come out of the emerge there.
Yeah. Just come out right a minute.
Yeah.
It's a little bit confusing on approaching the left-hand turn. I didn't know why you had me doing all that steering here. I just needed to steer over to you to get the angle there.
Yeah. Yeah, sorry, I was trying to straighten you up and then we pull in there, but yeah, that wasn't great. Right, Tony, how we're identifying these emerges, all right, is we're looking for houses across the top of the road. You know, looking for cars going left and right across the road, which is a good sign that there's an emerge. And you sometimes you can see a lamppost, you know, straight ahead in the junction, which is again a good sign, or a sign that an emerge is coming up. So we're looking for them all the time.
Would you ever get a road sign that says there's one coming up?
You do sometimes. You know, it doesn't happen very often. So again, it's an emerge at the bottom.
And we're going to turn right.
So we're turning right, Tony. So middle mirror, Tony.
All right, yeah.
Right hand mirror, Tony.
Yeah.
Indicate to the right.
Yeah.
Cover the brake.
Yeah.
Squeeze the brake. Thinks for pound coin. All right. Steer 5 minutes to you.
Yeah.
10 minutes to me.
All right.
Straighten up,
Yeah.
and then bring the car to a stop now, please. Okay, and then just picking up your reference point again to be left of centre. Where does that reference point? Where does that white line cut into the car?
Same place the last time.
Exactly right. And the importance of that is, if we're too far over the right hand, the centre white line, is if someone comes around that corner, Tony, then they're going to crash straight into us, which is going to cause an accident. If we're across the left-hand side here, far too far across the left, then it's going to give the opportunity for someone to come around the outside of us, and they're going to have to go on the other side of the road. And again, you know, a car's going to come around there, do a left, and then we're going to cause a collision. Right. Okay, so you're happy with that reference point there?
Yeah.
Okay, right. If you put the car into first gear, Tony, and then we've got a walking man's pace back to the giveaway line again, and I'll ask you to stop on the giveaway line. So squeeze the brake, fit this for a pound coin, and stop there. All right. Now, where does the reference point for the giveaway line
come to the last time, so I need a door.
Okay, and the importance of that is, if we go too far over that white line, Tony, then we're going to encroach on cars coming this way up the road here, and we're going to push them onto the wrong side of the road.
Yeah.
Right, there's a car coming up behind us, Tony, so if we just do our observations, so look to your right, Tony.
All right, yeah.
Look to your left, Tony. All right, it looks clear, so we can go. Now look the way you're steering.
Oh, yeah.
Look the way you're steering. Okay. Now, new road, Tony, so what do we check? We check our middle mirror.
Oh, yeah.
And we check our right-hand mirror.
Oh, yeah.
And we check our right-hand mirror.
And we're going to turn
And we're going to turn left, Tony. We check our right-hand mirror, just in case anybody's overtaking us. And if they are overtaking us, then we're going to back off and let them go, because they're on the wrong side of the road and we could cause an accident. We check our middle mirror, because that's a true reflection of what's behind us, and we can judge the speed of cars that are behind us.
So the mirrors is near road, exactly the same as what I've done last week.
Good. Well, what I'll do there, Tony, I'll prompt you on them.
Right.
Okay, and if there's any problems with that, then we'll revisit that. Okay. So again, how are we identifying the emerges?
Oh, houses.
Houses. What
Lampposts.
Good.
Cars going past.
Good, and it's vitally important that they get identified early. So what have we got at the top here, Tony?
Emerge.
Okay.
We're going to turn left.
And we're going to turn left, Tony. So what mirrors do we check, Tony? Middle mirror, Tony.
Oh, middle one.
Left-hand mirror.
All right.
Left-hand indicator.
All right.
Cover the brake.
Yeah.
Squeeze the brake. Thickness of a pound coin. Thickness of a pound coin. All right, turn to me,
Yeah.
turn to me, and stop there.
All right.
Okay. Now, there's nothing behind us, I'm just going to talk you through the reference points again, Tony. So that giveaway line slightly faded there, but where does a white giveaway line cut into the car
Oh,
on the
same
right
place
hand
the last
side?
two times.
Okay, and again, this curve that's coming up here, Tony, where does that cut into
Oh,
the
that
side
comes
of
in
the
what
car?
a tax disc again.
All right, again, that is vitally important, the left-hand reference point there, because if we go, that's the reference point, so we don't take the curb out. If we're any too far across to the left here, then our back wheels are going to go across the pavement there, and we're going to run a child over or run somebody's feet over that's standing there waiting to cross. Okay, so just having a look to your right, Tony. We're not going to go just yet. If you have a look to the right.
I'm just trying to remember what this reference point here was.
So what's this reference point here for, Tony? What's the importance about the giveaway reference point to your right hand side there?
I remember you said if I stopped too far back,
Yeah.
I'd be confusing people. I wouldn't be able to see the junction anyway, would I?
No, that's right. You wouldn't be able to see the junction, and people would try and come
Yeah.
around the wrong side of the road of us, which would cause what?
We'd hit each other, wouldn't we?
You would hit each other. Okay. And likewise, you know, if we were too far over the giveaway line, you know, what are the consequences of that?
I had that red card, I might have swerved around me, wouldn't I?
That's right. You know, what we're going to do there is we're going to push them onto the wrong side of the road, can we? And what's that going to cause?
Then they hit another car, wouldn't
Yeah, absolutely right. Right, just gone on to how we're judging how to pull out, whether it's safe to pull out timing wise. Okay, so bear in mind we're turning left into the path of traffic coming from the right hand side. Right, what we don't want to do is make them slow stop.
There's nobody coming anyway.
No, but we're just going to have to talk you through this,
Oh,
okay? Because this is vitally important,
Yeah.
because we could be going to a busier junction where there's cars coming all the time, all right? So if you have a look to your right, Tony, all right? If a car was coming down the road there, all right, and we didn't want to make it slow stop or swerve, how would we judge whether or not it was safe to go out there or not?
If I can walk across, I can drive across.
If you can walk across and come back
Oh,
again,
I'll walk across and come back
because
again,
we're actually
yeah.
going into the path of a car, so we have to get a bit of speed up, you know, and we have to be able to clear the junction.
Yeah.
Okay, but what's vitally important as we're doing that, turning left, we still have to look to the left here for pedestrians, because whilst we're looking there, if we're looking that way when we're steering out, okay, then like that person on the bike there, great example, you know, that we might not see him.
Oh, right.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So just check whether or not you think it's clear or not.
I can't see anybody.
No. Do you think it's clear? And then have a look to the left, Tony. Look, something's in our way there that we might have a bit of concern.
Yeah.
All right, and then off we go. Okay. Need to take first gear, Tony. Sorry. First gear, and round we go. Steer to left.
Oh, right, yeah.
Steer to left. Straighten up. All right. We're on the
And
new.
we're going to turn left.
And we're going to turn left, Tony. We were on the new road there, so you would check your middle mirror and your right hand
Oh.
mirror, wouldn't you? Why would you check your middle mirror, Tony?
To see what's followed me.
Okay. And what about your right hand mirror? Why is it important to check your right hand mirror?
See if anybody's overtaken me.
Okay. And if someone was overtaken as well?
I'd let them go because they'd go into these cars, wouldn't they?
Yeah, good. Right. Just looking ahead, how are we identifying these emerges now, Tom?
Houses facing me, lampposts, cars going past.
And what's the first thing we're going to do when we see that emerge?
Not too sure.
We're going to look in our mirrors, all right? And depending on which way we're going to turn, you know, it'll be the corresponding mirror to which way we're going to turn. And how far away from the emerge are we going to be using our RS signal?
I'm not too sure.
Right, we're going to use a signal about 6 to 8 car lengths away from the actual junction. All right? And the importance of that is that it saves a bit of confusion and it gives people time to react behind us which way we're going. Okay, so that's the main reason.
It's always 6 to 8 car lengths.
It's not always 6 to 8 car lengths. Right, there's an emerge ahead,
I'm
Tony.
going to turn left.
Middle mirror, Tony.
All right.
Left hand mirror.
Yeah.
Signal.
All right.
Cover the brake.
Yeah.
Push brake. Fix the pound
Yeah.
coin. Steer to me.
Oh.
Steer to me. Stop there. Put it into first gear.
Yeah.
You can put the handbrake on because we're on a slight hill here. Right, how are we judging whether or not it's clear to go to pull out and cast to the right there, Tony?
If I can walk across and walk back again.
Good. Right, and how are we judging whether or not we're on the giveaway line or not?
It comes into that reference point there.
Okay, and what's the importance of that reference point?
If I stop over it, I could force the car coming to swerve around me.
Yeah, and if we're too far back?
I wouldn't be able to see, would I?
Yeah, and what else would happen?
People behind might get confused, wouldn't they?
Good. I'm just having a look to the left. Where does that curb cut into the side of the car there?
By the tax disc again.
Right, and what's the importance of that reference point?
I might run over the curb and kill a child.
Good. Yeah, that's exactly right. Right, Tony, we do your observations to the right. How are we judging whether or not it's safe to go?
I'll walk across and walk back again.
Good. And what we try not to do to those cars, make them what?
Slow, stop or swerve.
Good. Right, you've got to look the way you're steering,
Oh,
Tony.
yeah,
Steer
yeah.
left.
Yeah.
Steer to me.
Yeah.
Steer to me. Straighten up, Tony. All right. Middle mirror, Tony.
Oh yeah.
Right hand mirror.
Middle mirror, right mirror.
Good. Very very important to see what's coming behind us. Okay. Right, good. So again, how are we identifying these emerges, Tony?
Oh, houses.
Good. And the first thing we're going to check when we see the emerge?
I'm not too sure.
First thing we're going to see is we're going to check the middle mirror to see what's behind us, a true reflection of a speed and distance. We're going to check the left-hand mirror.
Yeah.
Okay, if we're turning left, just in case there's a cyclist coming up on the inside. Okay, and if there is a cyclist coming up on the inside, then we're not going to indicate.
And we're going to turn.
And we're going to turn left. And we're not going to commit to the turn until that cyclist is away, because they're far more vulnerable than we are. And the last thing we want to do is hit them. Okay.
Oh, so I'm checking the middle mirror for what?
Left-hand turns. You're checking your middle mirror all the time for speed and distance.
All right.
All right. So you
and
can
the left mirror for.
And the left mirror just for sight of when we're turning left.
Does that sound what I've done on the left and right hand turns?
It's exactly right. Exactly the same as you did in the left and the right hand turns.
And we're going to turn.
And we're going to turn left. So what I'll do there, Tony, if you're all right with that, is I'll prompt you on them. If there's any problems with that, then we'll revisit that. Okay. So again, what are we looking for going down here with regards to emerges?
Oh, houses facing the lampposts, cars going shooting across.
Good. What's the first thing we're going to check when we identify an emerge?
I think it's the mirror you said, isn't it?
Okay. Which mirror do we check first?
Oh, the middle one.
And why are we checking the middle mirror first?
Distance to speed.
Good. And if we were going to turn right at the emerge, which mirror would we check next?
I'm not too sure about that.
We're going to check the right-hand mirror. Okay, we're going to check the right-hand mirror just in case someone's overtaking us. You know, just making sure that, that there's nobody coming up the outside of the set. Okay, which is going to cause danger to traffic.
And we're going to turn left.
So there's an emerge ahead, Tony. So first thing we're going to check is
middle mirror.
left-hand mirror, Tony.
Left-hand mirror.
Left-hand indicator, 6 to 8 columns away.
Yeah.
Cover the brake.
Yeah.
Squeeze the brake fix for pancoin. Fix pancoin. Steer to me. Steer to me. Then come to a stop on the giveaway line, Tony. Okay. Just put your handbrake on. Let's see what that lady's going to do there. Put the gear in first gear. All right. Just ready to go. Right. Where does that giveaway line cut into the car?
Oh, same as where it does in all of them.
All right. And what's the importance of that?
Oh, if I stop over that, I'd have forced that car to swerve around me and hit that maroon car, wouldn't I?
Yeah, and if we're too far back from the giveaway line?
I wouldn't be able to see and I'd confuse people, wouldn't I?
Good, right. Where does the curb cut in off from the left-hand side into the side?
Oh, same place again, by the taxis.
And what's the importance of that reference point there?
It means I don't run over the curb and I could have hit that woman with that child, couldn't I?
Exactly right. Right, just looking to your right, Tony. How are we judging whether or not it's safe or not to go out?
Oh, I have to be able to walk across and walk back again without making them change or slow stop or swerve, isn't it?
Good, right. Well, let's say if you do your observation, and where are we looking when we turn, Tony? Look to your left,
looking direction
look to your left and steer left. Look left, steer left. And we're in a new road, Tony.
Oh,
so
yeah, middle mirror, right mirror, isn't it?
Very good. And why are we checking our middle mirror first when we go into the new road?
See what's coming up behind me, see what's following me.
And why are we checking our right-hand mirror?
Oh, to see if he's overtaking me.
And if he was overtaking you?
Oh, I'd have to let him go, wouldn't I?
Very good. Very good. Okay, so as we go along here, if you can try and identify the emerges for me, Tony, okay, because you've told me how you can identify them.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't go as far as that, yeah?
Right, so now we're looking for the emerges again, Tony. So how are we identifying the emerges?
Oh, houses facing me and cars going across, isn't it?
Yeah.
You sometimes get a road sign, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
And we're going to turn left.
And we're going to turn left, yeah. And when we do start identifying an emerge, what's the first thing we're going to check?
The mirrors.
Which mirror are you going to check first?
Oh, middle.
Okay, why is it important to check the middle one first?
Oh, distance to speed.
Good. And then if we're turning right, which mirror do we check next?
Oh, the right mirror.
Right, and why is it important to check the right-hand mirror?
In case somebody overtaken me.
All right, if someone was overtaking you, what would we do?
I'd let them go.
Good. And if we were turning left, which mirror would you check after the middle?
He's coming out right. Why would you let them go?
And why would you let them go?
Because they might go head on into another car.
Good. Yeah. And if we were turning left, which mirror would you check next?
The middle and the left.
All right. And why do you check the left-hand mirror?
Oh, them bicycles, isn't it?
Yeah. And what would you do if a bicycle was coming up our inside?
I wouldn't turn because I'd squash them, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
So do I always indicate 6 to 8 car lengths away?
No. We as a rule we do indicate 6 to 8 car lengths away from a junction. We're going to go straight here, Tony. But if there was a junction before the junction we actually wanted to take, then we would delay our signal, because if there was a car waiting to come out the first junction into our path, we might confuse them into pulling out directly in front of us, because they probably think that we want to do the first left. So that's not set in stone.
That's pretty similar to left and right hand turns.
Good. Right. Well, I'll prompt you with that one. So if there's any problems, then we'll come back to it. Okay. So how again are we identifying these emerges?
Now, sometimes you get buildings facing you. You get cars going across either side of the road. Sometimes get a sign. Oh, and a lamppost, isn't it?
Yeah. Good. And if we were going to turn right at the merge, where would our road position be?
I do that kind of left to centre thingy, don't I?
Good. And how are we picking up there? How do we know we're in the right position?
Oh, that reference point you gave me.
Good. Right. And what would happen if we were too far over that reference point, over the white line?
Somebody turned into the road and hit us, wouldn't they?
Good. And if we were too far over to the left?
They get confused, wouldn't they? They might go around me.
Yeah, that's right. And what would happen if they went round you? What are the consequences?
Well, it could be a car turning in, or I could be moving forward and then we'd hit each other, wouldn't we?
Exactly. We're just going to cause confusion if
Yeah.
we're not in the right position. So
If you get me, just find a safe.
if you can find a safe, convenient, and lawful place to stop on the left here, Tony.
How did I do?
Well, you did very well.
Yeah?
I think you did very well there. Should we recap on a couple of things?
I would kind of say to him, have you got any questions?
Have you got any questions, Tony?
No, I think I understood all that.
Good. I'm glad.
Well done.
Light bulb moment.
Light bulb, the light bulb certainly come on there, yeah? Yeah, I was just a little bit worried as we were going around that you weren't kind of checking what knowledge I had from last week by getting in there and saying there's an emerge coming up, we're going to check the middle mirror, we're going to check the left mirror. Obviously you're not going to get a chance on approaching the emerge to give the reasons why, but the first opportunity you do, you want to, because that's my opportunity then to realise that it's the same as what I've done on left and right hand turns. Yeah? It's like when we got into the new road, you gave me the reasons for checking the mirrors for the new road, new mirrors, and I immediately said to you, that's the same as what I've done last week, yeah? Yeah? That makes sense?
Yeah, it does.
But you did get in there at the end, and you did do a nice bit of, checking what learning's taken place, giveaway line and so forth, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, just that one little bit of confusion coming off that left-hand turn, you had me steering all over the place, yeah?
Yeah.
I would have just gone along with it if you just said steer to me, and stop, yeah? Yeah, the reference points were all spot on, you stopped me exactly in the right place. Your control was all there, yeah? Yeah, don't be cheeky with how do you recognise these emerges. We're not going long enough for that really, yeah? Yeah, you can ask me, but don't leave it to me to I want you to recognise the next emerge on your own, or pick the next emerge out on your own, yeah?
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Because we're not really running long enough for that. If it was an hour's lesson, obviously that would happen. That was very good, well done.
Good.
Yeah?
Yeah, felt a lot better than
That was definitely a pass.
last Monday. Yeah, a lot better than last Monday.
Yeah. Look at that pause.